Hey, how you doing? Get ready for some really bad football? And sucker for punishment. Well, you fix it, so that's all that matters, right? Hey Blaze, how you doing? Can you share this out on the 3 groups that I share? Well, I do freaking Twitter. And I'll call me a sucker. I call myself a sucker. Sorry you're confused. I'm a sucker for punishment because I'm losing all. I got 3 wins. Sorry you assumed that. You know what they say about assumptions, right?
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football.
Gino, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see everybody. Thanks everybody for stopping by. We're in Seattle. Whoa, cool.
Thank you, Coach. We are in
time for some really bad football. I got 3 wins so far and like 9 losses. So. But I got my first ranked quarterback back, so that's probably a good thing. I'm waiting for Saquon Barkley, the running back, to come back next. I think he's back in a week or so. But it's too late. I already bombed my season. So.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here.
Are you there, boys?
Losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break.
Got a 15-leg gamer goal as usual. See if I get there. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Thank you if you do. Smash the thumbs up button. Can you guys hear me okay?
Is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
3 quarters of the NFL season.
I got to get a couple wins or I'm definitely going to get fired. Figure this out.
In week 14. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And we get a glance here at their leader.
He's got 5. He sucks so bad.
It's pretty much become
He's got 5 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. He plays like the real Eli. Okay, cool. Thank you. Cool. He plays like the real Eli.
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a.
Even though it's not Eli, it's some 3rd-year or 4th-year guy who sucks. And I suck too, so there's that. So I don't help anything. But it's nice to have him back. It's nice to have him back from injury. That's got to help my game.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the...
Give me 1 second. I'm just sharing out stuff. Share my links to my Skype groups and. So all my peeps know I'm here. Oh my God. This is painful. There we go. 1, 2, 3 groups. There you go. Some people will know I'm here now. Let's do this.
Playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. That outside handoff to the left, that
cool,
play
thank
has
you.
to
It says 0 in the chat, so I don't think they can do it.
Because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside or the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Kendall Beckwith on the stop. And we take a look now at the New York offense.
Let's spotlight Odell Beckham Jr., who had a 1,000-yard season his first year in the league, despite not playing a full season, and that announced his presence.
I'm having so many freaking issues right now. It's not even funny. I'm trying to figure out my life here.
For Madden NFL 16, he's done nothing but pile up 1,000-yard seasons since.
There we go. There, I can read now. It sucks when I got to do all short passes, man. It's painful. Because every time I try to throw it anything over 20 yards, it ends up getting intercepted. How you doing, Bethany? Welcome. Hey, guys.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham.
Oh, you still at work?
And
okay.
he's gonna get this inside
There's my fellow
his first catch
prison guard.
And a first down.
The goal for any offense
hey guys,
is his own defense.
You and I are prison guards.
Where guys are available,
we got new jobs.
Put the ball on the receiver before any defender.
You and I kick butt, man. You and I are like the mod squad, baby. Woo! You and I were like rocking it. The mod squad. Yeah, you like that, eh? Poor name. Damn, she knows how to work as hard though, eh? I'm like, seriously? I never did get that tequila shot I said I was going to do, Gus. I never went for it. I'm going to have it tonight, though.
On first down, Blanchard. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And down inside the
yeah, neither was I. As our friend knows above Cool Shadow, he's in here. Hey, Cool Shadow, you say hi to Gus.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
Well,
I would say that'd be
we're just running the streamers' rules, right? Like, we got to keep the streamers' rules. That's the point. Just like when I got people here, I want them to run my way, right? It's my way. There's rules. I don't make them. The streamer does, and we got to keep it. It's our job to keep it.
Zone for the Giants. It's
not being assholes. I don't think I'm being an a-hole. I'm just following what she wants. Right?
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
And she's only doing what YouTube wants, so it's not even her fault.
Just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice plays.
Cool Shotgun's a good dude. He just needs to follow the rules. I really like him. I appreciate when he's here. You're a good guy, cool. You just got to figure out what you're allowed to do on people's streams.
They don't just like it, they love it because everyone gets locked in.
She's trying too hard. She's getting burnt out, I think.
Easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And there's the fumble. There it is. Every time. I couldn't have got the ball back. God forbid. I love it.
Give some credit to the defense.
I only have like 3 wins, Gus, and like 9 losses. 10, soon to be 10. So I don't even know if I'm going to keep my job. I like playing the game. It just threw me over big time this season. As you just seen.
The contact, the turnover ensues.
I'm probably going to get fired. You can be fired. I got it turned on. Yeah, that's been my luck all season. I just got my first stringer quarterback back from injury just now, like this game. Saquon Barkley, my first stringer running back, is with injury the last 5 weeks. He's coming back, I think, next week, so that'll sort of help me, but it's too late. My season's like long gone. I'm just trying not to get fired at this point. Just trying not to get fired.
If he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. On third down.
Kick it down. Boom, shakalaka. Anybody in the chat, smash that thumbs up button. I appreciate it.
Effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Nice stop.
On 4th down,
my defense decided to show up this game. Wow.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Exactly. Exactly.
He fielded at the 17. Shifts by him.
Exactly.
They'll call that a 61-yard
So you know
punt. He got
things are changing already, right?
And it'll be Giant football.
Things are changing. You feel it.
As the Giants head back out,
there's lots of reasons because of that.
Picture in the NFC, and I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
Wild card, I'm not even considered for the wild card. I guess not. Not with 3, right?
Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup?
It's just weird. Every season I'm getting worse and worse. It's usually the other way around. Like, I think my second season I had like 11 wins. That was my really good season, and everything's gone to hell. Oh, for sure.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards
I think she was considering it for a while.
Second down.
Good for her.
Look at Seattle's defense.
Good for her.
And free safety Earl Thomas has a list of accomplishments as long
Wish
as
her all the
anyone's
best.
armed. But the thing I think about with him at all times, no matter what happens in front of him on the defensive end of the ball,
she's on the right track. And now you're going to see her numbers fly.
As far as I'm concerned, in that category.
It is what it is, right? Like you said, calm. Calm's the best word to describe it all, right? Calm. Calm.
Looking to throw on second down. Blanchard, incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence.
It's all her rules, her way.
Anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incomplete.
Every streamer, like as you know, every streamer has their own rules anyway. The way it should be, right?
Operating from the gun. Blanchard. They'll complete this.
Oh, I didn't get the first. I didn't get the first. I'm like inches short of 1. There it is, 4th and 1. See, I can't catch a break on this game, man.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride.
Game's killing me.
You can pick up a lot of yardage.
I'm trying, and I'm having fun doing it. That's all. As long as I'm having fun, right? I don't give a crap. I love football. I can't wait for football to start. I'm freaking pumped. Since the Super Bowl ended, I wanted football to come back. Are we 7 weeks away now? 7 Sundays to regular season? I think it's 7 this Sunday.
Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store.
I'm not sure if it's 7. I don't know.
After this.
Sounds right.
Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the mod's role. It's not your role. It's not my role. She's following YouTube rules and her roles. So.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're
it's not mods making up their own crap, right?
What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
That's a problem.
The ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something.
My mods aren't allowed to do whatever they want.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They keep it with Penny on the first down.
Nice.
And he'll get 2.
The big guy freaking nailed
near
him.
the 37.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Oh, just barely got his foot there. Lucky he got his foot, man. That was damn close.
I think we can safely say
I'm assuming they're going to try to run it here. You got to think, maybe not.
But you know they'll take that
I'll go pass defense.
Each and every attempt.
Peace, man. Take care. Have a good rest of your shift. Thanks for stopping by. See you later, guys.
Throw on third down.
He went down to the... That was funny. He didn't even try to run with it. That was funny.
Offensively, when you see coverage,
he went in the fetal position.
To go through the quarterback's head, drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw.
That was funny.
You see what results? Interceptions.
The New York set to take the
that was
field.
good.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the
well, he kept the ball, I guess,
on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Off the play fake. Blanchard. Open man right side is Ingram. And they'll wind up
Ingram.
This one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Oh, he nailed him.
Right.
Damn. Did he get it? Even get a yard?
Call it a gain of
1 yard.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Holy crap.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Off play action. Blanchard.
Oh, there it is again. You gotta be kidding me. This game's killing me. This game is freaking killing me. Oh, God.
15-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And spins away. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Now, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more time.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome. What's up?
And the high-powered offenses that you're facing, man,
how are you doing?
Let's try and get some more points.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Oh, might as well run it.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Let's just go for it. I'm not going to screw around. So, how you doing, Wolfie? How's your day? You have a good day or what?
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room.
Down and celebrating because they have the lead.
Oh, I got a flag. Of course I got a
Any little
flag.
momentum in a game like this is important to a team.
I kicked it too.
They feel really good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half.
Injury,
and
seriously.
more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That
Shoulder
one
tear,
goes
that
for 24 yards.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there is that
Now you jinx me, Minerva. Seriously? You just jinxed me. It's all your fault now.
Tight ends are being treated like
Yeah, I can't get a touchdown, but I can get a field goal.
Any spot
Hey,
on the field.
progress, right? Well, I got my first stringer quarterback back, so there's that. I'm just waiting for good old Saquon Barkley to get back next week. The running back.
Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last
Oh,
play.
there's lots of game left. Don't worry.
You'll take runs
I'm sure I'll screw it up
each and every time,
somehow.
won't you?
On 2nd down, Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield
Well,
as it
the
turned
kid
out.
came by and dropped
Didn't
off
find
half
his
of her
outlet
crap.
man
She's got to
because
go
the
back
coverage
with
was
another
way too
trip
tight.
to get the other
Unable to
half.
find anyone open.
The Seahawks on 3rd down.
So I've seen her
Just
for a
one
whole
for
10
3
minutes.
thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Rob's coming to put blinds up, apparently, if you can find them.
Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And a gain there of 11 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that they're very big trash cans.
You're right, Mara. You are correct. Oh my God. 2 truckloads, seriously?
And figured out a better game plan.
And that's pretty much what it is, crap.
This will be caught inside
Pretty
the
much
10.
crap.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pick up there, 26 yards. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
Of course we're going to see our first touchdown, and it's not going to be by me, right? Of course we are.
Here's
How could it not?
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up.
If I had any dignity, I would quit.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic.
I should quit at the end of this. I feel so bad.
They're
I
ranked
should
number
quit.
1
And
against
then
the run.
I retire, I guess. If there's not a team wanting me, I retire.
He'll get it up the middle. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
But I kind of want to play it out if they do keep me, just to see. The draft is going to be hell of a good draft if they keep me. And I'm good
I
fit.
thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great
Nice stop.
penetration
Look
as
at
they
that.
stuffed that one behind the line of
Well,
scrimmage.
well, well.
That pass play
You can get a
good for
touchdown.
7. But it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Didn't get a touchdown,
so much about
winning.
offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball
Oh,
to someone, they catch it.
Oh my God!
And then they can make
I remember that.
You know,
I don't know what's worse.
Run after catch.
My kid still has the same amount of crap.
And keeping them from a first down.
Like it's crap.
In his tracks. So it's an old school extra point that
You're shocked too?
times. It's certainly a disappointment.
I know. I held him to 3.
In the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post game. Head coach looking at the box.
I don't know. I remember that age, and she was just as bad. It hasn't. I don't think it changes, Minerva. So get ready.
Getting 3 points was vital. Go and get the points, put them on the board.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Apparently. Oh my God.
Here's the Giants offense now.
Like, you know me. Like I don't like clutter, and she stresses me out. Well, her room's not going to be cluttered. I'm telling you that much.
But they got at least something.
Before she puts crap away, I'm making her go through it again.
They'll take it. Just I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for
August 4th. Yeah.
23 yards on the play.
Yipper is 18. Oh my God, I can't believe we just hit 18.
Because you get a guy on the move.
That's so weird.
We see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of
steam. Should be back after
supper. Not only
supper.
does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I can't even believe it.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That throw good.
Craziness, I tell you.
It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked
well, at least I got my buddy back
tonight.
tonight.
The completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
He tried running it to the left.
Great communication, and as he dragged across each zone,
he ran it up the gut.
You know, communicating. There he is, and they passed
that's what I told him to do.
Defender ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback.
Mom, back and get open
all the time.
to the left.
But you still have to be alert for the draws
and all the
plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
There it is. Oh, he pushed it. Oh my God. How did they not get a penalty? Wow, he got in his face.
To a bit more scoring.
You don't see that often.
Like
that was impressive.
Game in baseball on both
close line, close line.
Continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far. 3-3 is our score heading into the 4th. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to
hide Brooklyn, how you doing? Welcome.
But a guy of his size can't really.
How's your day?
But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to
leg on to it. It should be good. Oh, my coach is pumped up.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
And there it is. On me.
Well,
because, you know, why would it be good stuff?
Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But
this game so knows when it's losing.
I had to.
Because you start getting penalties. Painful. Painful. Oh, yeah.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Yeah, no crap,
eh? Be incomplete.
Good
We've
God.
seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one
3rd and 2nd. Are they going to run it or throw it? So,
and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Let's assume they're going to throw it.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
No, they're going to run it. They're going to run it. They're running it. There it is. Oh, I think I stopped them. I think I just stopped them. I did. A 4th and 1. Oh my God. Oh, they're going for it. Of course they're freaking going for it. Are they going for it? Oh my God. If they make it halfway, I'm going to lose it.
A decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Thank God.
No good.
Oh.
Off to the right, and a costly one there.
I can't believe we even went for that. That was way too far.
Well, this winds up an empty possession.
That was a stupid call.
Everything looked okay. He just
There's
never
like 4
got
minutes
the ball
left.
on
Why would we do
target.
that?
And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Throwing on first down. Blanchard. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Still fighting. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle,
wow, look how many people he broke away from.
One man to get
2.
him down, and it did right
that
there.
was amazing. Can't be mad at that.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
I know I'm supposed to be watching the entire field, but right now I'm kind of locked in on the guy calling the plays. Back-to-back, big-time plays for him, including a run on the last one. Right now, he's got to feel really good about his chance of getting into the end zone. Run it, pass it, either way, they have the confidence going right now.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
This will be caught at about the
Oh, you got nailed.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the gun, Blanchard, and he can't come up with a pick.
Damn it.
Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a 2nd field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Wilson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a
Brian
score.
LG100, how the hell are you?
Final drive.
How's it going, man? Good to see you, good to see you.
And this will be incomplete.
I'm the Giants. Painfully.
There have been quite a few plays.
I've had a really bad season. I'm like 3-9 or 10, I don't even know anymore.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line. So
worst season I've had yet. In 5 seasons.
The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
All my first stringers were injured, like wide receiver, quarterback, running back all at once. For a while. Couple weeks.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Clock running, and the Seahawks.
I've been a Giants fan since I was like 10.
So.
Yes, they are.
He's back to throw.
If they get their crap together, they are, right?
Underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Just when I play them, they're not so good. As you can see.
Here, that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Back to throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like?
After reviewing the play,
they got it back.
The field is reversed.
Can go to overtime, or are they going to win it? One or the other.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge
was it's right in your hands, seriously?
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Clock. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Wilson to throw.
There it is. Can you guys believe this? Can you believe this? I don't believe this. Unfreaking believable. I got bad luck now. This game hates me. Oh man, it's beautiful. I'm not even mad at it anymore. I'm numb to it now.
They better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
This game loves destroying me.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster.
Well, at least I get Saquon Barkley back next game.
And ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively.
I tried.
Someone.
They set the goal beginning of the
Come
year.
on, Saquon, next game. Oh, God, how I've missed you, man.
So now to be interesting to see how they respond as a team, because sometimes when you set goals, if you don't achieve them, you don't care anymore. You let everything else go. I want to see if they're going to continue to fight, scratch, claw, do whatever to try and get as many wins as possible, even if it doesn't reach their stated number.
So
I'm going to play one more game. One more game. I usually play two to 3 games per stream. See if I can do something with Saquon back. One new injury. You get one, you lose one, right? Oh, he's still gone for... Oh, no. He should be back. Let's see. Oh, I get Saquon back, and there's only 2 games left. 14, 15. Oh, there's 3 games. Returning from injury. Yay! Finally. Once my whole season's destroyed, you're back. Well, thank you. Oh my God, they're an 86. I'm an 81. Oh no. I don't feel good about this. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
Hey, everybody, it's the...
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the New York Giants. First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he was able to shed
Oh, Barkley, it's so nice to have you back. It's so nice to have you back.
There, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, good God.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun. Blanchard. And Ingram holds it in. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drop.
Oh, my God.
Intercepted.
Oh, my God.
Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
False start, offense.
Yeah.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. That false start knocks him back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. So a good spin move there before he's taken down.
That's a win for me. At this point, that's a win.
Good for 7. But it still brings up a 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it
I'm
downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real, and a pretty nice opening statement.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. From the gun, Blanchard. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really, they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
To throw on 3rd down, Blanchard. This is Shepard on the catch. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not doing it. He came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Wow, that was a
Calling
huge
no
freaking
gain on
stop.
the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Blanchard. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On 3rd down, Blanchard. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
76.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Super 66.
On 1st down, gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
All right, here we go.
A handoff to Barkley. Oh, he sheds himself free. And then he goes with a juke. And they do get him down. But not before he's able to.
I missed you, Saquon. I freaking missed you, buddy.
That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll give it to him up the middle. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the...
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And
His first touchdown on the year. Oh, Crawford, wow.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Extra point hooks a bit, but it's up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Out of the gun. Gone. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is gone. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. To throw on second down is gone. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is
whatever.
And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st and 10, gone. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Oh, my God.
So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the visiting Texans who were able to come away with the road victory. Patrick Mahomes, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. 28-10, the final. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Adam Humphries, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.